The following segment is sponsored by Providence Health and Services. This segment of AM Northwest is brought to you by Family Matters.
Health and education, safety, and the quality of life. KATU and our partners are proud to bring you Family Matters, offering solutions to the hard questions.
Because KATU and Providence Health and Services know that family matters.
Welcome back to AM Northwest. You know, the holidays can be a tough time of year for those grieving the loss of a loved one. Here to share some helpful ways to get through this difficult time, we welcome from Providence, Oregon Hospice grief counselor Libby Harrington. Good to have you with us, Libby. And let me first say, I think hospice workers are angels. Thank you for what you do as a grief counselor. It's incredible. So what do you suggest for people who are dealing with a lost parent this time of year, a lost loved one of any kind, when it comes to the holidays? Like, how do they celebrate?
Yeah, that first year, even the second or maybe third.
Yeah.
I think just starting with, hey, this year is different. And
that should be their mindset.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, I kind of needed to hear, so maybe others do too, that the thing you figure out the first year after a loss doesn't have to be the new thing forever. It can be its own. You know, this year is just its own thing. Maybe next year too. You know, the traditions, the new rituals will come.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's how some people got through the quarantine, is just realizing just this year is different.
Right.
We don't have to do this again next year.
That's a good point. Yeah.
How do we, I was mentioning to you, I have a friend who lost both her mother and her father this year. How do I, as a friend, support that person?
Yeah, I think respecting the grieving person as the expert in their own grief,
right?
You know, and not coming in as the fixer or you know, like you're gonna.
But that's the instinct, isn't it?
Yes.
To come in and say you should do this and you should do that.
Yes.
Right?
Because you want to make them feel better.
You do. That's kind of, it's a positive take on in your mind, but that's not helpful.
It's not.
They don't need
being
your
curious,
advice.
and they may not know what they need, but being curious, respecting boundaries. I think allowing them also, you know, to have flexibility to. You know, say no, maybe, can I tell you later? You know, kind of allowing that. They just don't know what they need sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then kids are really different than adults when it comes to grieving.
Yes, they don't maybe express it in words like we might. They might not know what they're feeling or be able to explain it. So letting kids know that whatever they're feeling is okay, whatever they're thinking is okay. It can be really helpful too to let kids have a part in planning what to do in the holidays. You know, what is important to you that we include. Depending on the age, it can be important to offer options and not just an open question. But letting them lead about what they need and want.
Do you find that sometimes people who've recently experienced a loss have a hard time having a good time because they feel guilty?
I have heard that.
Yeah.
I have heard that, and it depends where they are, you know, on their grief journey. But yeah, it can feel strange to have fun when your loved one isn't here to enjoy it too.
You talk about engaging in rituals and honoring the person that has passed.
Yeah.
What do you suggest?
Yeah, well, it's so unique and individual. One way to start thinking about that is, like, what role did the person play in the holidays? Maybe someone wants to take that on. What did they love about the holidays? Or, you know, favorite movie, music, food, and even what was something that was really important to them. I was talking to someone whose daughter loved animals and, you know, really cared about that cause. He is going to donate every year in her honor and kind of make a ritual about that.
Yeah.
But even, you know, there was someone, a spouse who gave scratch-offs, and the spouse is going to continue that, you know, as little stocking stuffers. And
it's okay to bring up the name, talk about the person.
Absolutely.
I would think that it helps a lot.
Absolutely. It feels really bad to people, most people, with everyone being different.
Yeah, everyone's different for sure.
To show up to something and no one said anything.
Yeah.
And this is, you know, it's like I'm bleeding and no one's saying anything, kind of thing.
Right.
You know, I wouldn't pepper with questions about how they're doing and what happened and, you know, that kind of thing. But acknowledging the absence of the person, I think, is, for most people, feels like the right thing.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. All right, we want to tell everyone if they would like to find out more, all you have to do is contact Providence, Oregon Hospice Bereavement Services. We're going to put the number on the screen if you'd like to find out more, 503-215-4622. We'll put it at KATU.com/Family Matters. Libby, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.